Hey, what's up guys? This is Zastri. I got back from DEFCON 21 yesterday. It was pretty awesome. Really quick, the gameplay in the background, League play, hardpoint, using an MSMC. I am a tryhard in League play, so yeah. That's just gameplay in the background. Now on to the main topic, and by the way, I'm using Cap 40. This is a pretty old gameplay, so yeah, and it's League play, so don't hate, appreciate. And anyway, first of all, my family took a road trip there, and so that was really, really long. And quick story about the road trip. Basically, when we were coming back, there was one of those border patrol checkpoints that are outside of the border. Really stupid in my opinion. And all they do is, you have to stop, and they're like, hey, are you a U.S. citizen? And then you can be like, yeah, I'm a U.S. citizen. They'll be like, okay, go on. Then you can be like, no, I'm not, I have a green card, and they'll be like, okay, yeah, go on. Then you can be like, okay, no, I'm not, I'm an illegal immigrant, and they'll be like, okay, yeah, go on. And so, really stupid. And then right after we get out of that little stupid checkpoint thing, we run out of gas. And then we're like, okay, so let's ask the Border Patrol for help. And so, walk over to the checkpoint, and we're like, hey, can you help us out? We ran out of gas. And they'll be like, yeah, we'll send somebody over. And so we wait for an hour and 20 minutes in the Texas heat, and we're like, okay, yeah, they didn't send somebody over. And so then walk back over, okay, can you send somebody over this time? And we're like, okay, yeah, we'll send somebody over, and then they finally send the sheriff over. And so yeah, that was pretty dumb. But anyway, on to DEFCON. What is DEFCON? DEFCON is a gathering of 15,000 hackers. Now, before you start to judge me, what is a hacker? Many of you may have a pretty set, get messed up with that knife. Many of you may have a pretty set definition of hacker in your mind, but really there are many definitions for the word hacker. And basically my definition is anybody who uses technology to do interesting things that the technology was not originally made for. And yeah, also, I like to get a quick quote from a book that I got at DEFCON, which is, there's nothing good or bad about knowledge itself. Morality lies in the application of knowledge. So yeah, just keep that in mind. But anyway, so DEFCON is a convention for computer hacking, just like how Minecon is a convention about Minecraft, and Comic-Con is a convention about comic books. Anyway, not everything that hackers do is malicious, but what hackers are famous for is for doing malicious things. One competition at DEFCON that is pretty cool is basically who can create the longest Wi-Fi signal, and longest as in distance-wise. And the winner, I believe, got a connection from a router that was 7 miles away. 7 miles. How crazy is that? And the way you do it is, first of all, you use a dish antenna. So it just goes in one direction, and it's like a beam of internet. So the hard part is lining it up, and if you can get it lined up very well, 7 miles. Bam. Pretty crazy. And that's something that a hacker does, and it's not malicious. And that's pretty cool. But obviously there are some malicious things, such as pineapples and stuff, so you can't really connect to the Wi-Fi at DEFCON, because you're probably going to get pwned if you do that. Yeah, so it's not all malicious. Now, at DEFCON, there are different sort of groups of people there. There are humans, which are just your average Joe, average for DEFCON, average hacker. They're not really assigned to any job, of course. There's the press, self-explanatory what the press does. Speakers, they speak, they do talks. There are a few others, but there are also goons. Goons are the volunteers that run DEFCON. Don't piss them off. They can kick you out. And, by the way, I was a goon last year. Yes, I kick people out when they piss me off. Broke rules, kick you out till you get out. Yeah. And I helped with speakers, got them to where they needed to be. And so, that was a lot of fun, but this year, I was just your average Joe. I was just a human. So, also, I went to talks. There was a talk that was titled, How My Botnet Got Millions of Dollars in Cars and defeated Russian hackers. And after I read that title, I was like, okay, yeah, I gotta go to that talk. That sounds pretty darn interesting. And it was. Basically, a botnet is basically all these virtual browsers, sort of, and they can do stuff on browsers. They can act as many computers from one computer on the internet. Sort of hard to explain. You can look it up on Wikipedia what a botnet is. And the botnet purchased cars for a client, which basically gave the client a profit after they sold the cars. And Russian hackers tried to create a competitive botnet, but he upped his botnet, and basically, he beat the Russian hackers to it. Then the next day I watched another talk about this guy who had a quad rotor. Yes, a quad rotor, like the Dragonfly in Black Ops 2, that kind of quad rotor. Handheld, mini, unmanned aerial vehicle. And basically it had a camera on it. I'm sure you guys have heard of photography quad rotors. Pretty cool. So it had audio and visual, but also it had a Pineapple Wi-Fi device. Pineapple Wi-Fi device, basically, it allows you to hack people from the air. You can monitor network traffic, and also if people connect to you, you can push files to their computer or device, and also you can monitor their browsing and their computer. So that can be slightly malicious, but still, I think it's pretty darn cool that a guy is able to hack people from the skies. That's pretty darn crazy. And I'll put in a photo of that quad rotor real quick. Boom, there it is. There is an LED on there so you can see it. It's white. You can't really see the pineapple or the audio and visual recorders, but know that they're there. I'm kind of far away, so I'm zoomed in, far away from my camera. So yeah, looks pretty cool. Flies, hacks people, does audio and visual recording. That's the quad rotor right there. Pretty badass. But anyway, so also there is a competition called CTF, Capture the Flag. Now, instead of running over and, picking up the flag physically, basically you hack the flag away from the other team. Here's the description that I got from the CTF booth. You've entered the Capture the Flag room, decided the premier head-to-head hacking competition. In front of you are the top 20 hacker teams from around the world who beat out 878 other teams in an online qualifier to make it here. The game's idea is simple. Attack other teams and steal their flags. Defend your system from being attacked. A balanced offense and defense will give each team the best chance to win. Each team can see all 19 other teams on the network and may attack at any time. Each team is given multiple services which must be kept running. Each service may contain vulnerabilities which other teams can exploit to steal flags. Good defense involves finding vulnerabilities and patching them to preventing their flags from being stolen. The current score is displayed on one of the two overhead projectors. You can see how the game is trending and if any teams have pulled away from the pack. I'll put the scoreboard which I took a picture of right now. So that's the scoreboard. Now it's been said that winning CTF at DEFCON is harder than hacking into the DoD. And so that's pretty crazy. Hacking CTF is very difficult. Hacking in CTF is extremely difficult. And also, I met a guy with a black badge, meaning that he won DEFCON 20, the one before this year, one last year. And he actually also said he won the year before DEFCON 19. It's pretty crazy. And I talked to him, and I said, so what were your strategies? And he basically said, you reverse engineer the services, you reverse engineer the programs to see their vulnerabilities. Take them apart and see their weaknesses. And he also recommended to me a book called Hacking the Art of Exploitation. And the quote in the beginning of this commentary, toward the beginning of this commentary, was actually from that book. So yeah, pretty awesome. So yeah, DEFCON was really freaking awesome. Ton of fun. Really enjoyed it. I definitely would have regretted it if I had not come this year. And now I have a pretty awesome book about reverse engineering, and my father actually bought a giant freaking grid antenna, which you can do that beam of internet with. Pretty awesome. And I hope you guys have enjoyed this commentary. I'm going to get my wisdom teeth removed today, so that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to try to do a live comm right after I get my wisdom teeth removed. I'm going to be really loopy because I'm going to be on painkillers. That's going to be a lot of fun. Hope you guys have enjoyed this commentary. Leave a like rating if you have enjoyed. Subscribe for more. And thanks.